Alright, hello everyone. Today we have an ID teaser as well as Kim Ji-hoon doing Mirror Dungeon number 6 in a 3-hour long live stream. Very, very interesting. Alright, so let's look at our ID over here. Full Bullet Isang.
Limbus 컴퍼니 진호의 피로 점철한 넉마를 보고 손가락질하는가
Starting off, we have this guy aura farming with animations.
어리석은 자들이로다.
This is to make up for the fact that his actual attacks have no animations. 1 coin for skill 1, bang, and then bang. That's second skill, 2 coins. And then the third skill is shoot enemy. Spread damage to 3 other enemies. And for the enhanced version, you have the torn memory version where you shoot the ally, you kill the ally, then you spread the damage to all other enemies. And that's it.
내게 꿰뚫린 동료들도
There's no other animations, there's nothing else besides that. This teaser is just seconds basically. So Fell Bullet Isang, very, very easy to understand. And in fact, one user from the Limbus community hub helped me to translate some of the stuff that was shown in the Mirror Dungeon run that Kim Ji-hoon was doing. He did showcase some of the skills for the character. And what happens here is that this character basically scales off of Torn Memory. This character also has all of this coin power and base power increases from Poise. And skill 1 is going to be your main Poise count gain. Gain 2 here, then gain 1 here. It also has, for some reason, bleed count on it. So if you go Mirror Dungeon, you actually are able to access the Lucky Pouch or your Bloody Mist because you have bleed on it also, right? So you can access both of these really, really powerful ego gifts. And then skill 2 is pure Poise potency. And your skill 3 is going to be something that just benefits from having a bunch of poise but doesn't actually give you any other poise. It only gives you bleed onto the main targets, right? And then after that, for your counter skill, this is also another skill that you will use in order to gain torn memory and also to gain poise and poise count. So I think that the skill 1 is kind of doo-doo, but also it's one of your biggest poise count gains, so you're forced to use the doo-doo skill to gain the poise count. You can use your guard skill every now and then if you want, because I think the guard skill actually hits harder than this base power, coin power part over here. So I think that this part here is going to be a lot stronger. And then everything else here is just Unga Bunga sticks, basically. They are stuff here for you to get poise potency, and then the stuff here is for you to cash out when you have enough poise on yourself to do a big amount of nuking damage. So how does the torn memory part of this character actually work? The torn memory part of this character works like this. He gains torn memory from hitting people with his skills. This one is on crit. And then for his skill tree, it basically checks if you have 7 torn memory. If you do have that, then the main target with your skill tree will be an ally. So you can kill your Ishmael. And then this, without your torn memory, will just do an unopposed attack against the unit with the least HP. The attack rate of this will increase for every 3 torn memory on yourself. You get all of your coin and base powers from your poises. And you also gain 1 poise for every torn memory used on yourself. Basically on yourself, right? Then you shoot the person who, if the main target is an ally, the damage becomes fatal. So you actually forces pierce weakness onto the target, and then you do a bunch of damage to the target. If you kill, then you do a bunch of damage. One of the multipliers here is a bit stupid. It is deal more damage to the target equal to the percentage of max HP dealt to the first coin's target. So if you killed him from 100 to 0, you will do 100%. But if you only kill him from 50%, then you only get 50% extra multiplier. It's not the end of the world, but it's a bit dumb because you kind of want to maximize this is just shoot someone and you want to kill the whole health bar. So yeah, I'm not sure about this scaling here. It's interesting, so to speak, but I don't think you're going to be getting an insane amount of damage usually for this, since the attack always targets least HP anyway, right? So you're never going to get the 100% most of the time, unless everyone is somehow 100% HP, right? So I think that's the only situation you can actually get it. Then the passive is maybe translation issue or something, but if the unit killed an ally with an attack, you gain 1 fell bullet next turn. Maybe it's a special bullet, yes, but I think this is supposed to be torn memory. And if this unit used the ego fell bullet, you gain torn memory next turn equal to half of torn memory lost on the turn end. And at turn end, remove all torn memory on yourself and then gain an equal amount of torn memory next turn. I'm not sure why you want to gain it like that, because this ego doesn't really have anything to do with gaining the ego, the torn memory. In fact, the ego gives you the torn memory, and then you kind of want to maintain it as high as possible so you can get a big skill tree here. So I think there's going to be some synergy here where you want to use your ego, and then after that you go and use your skill tree afterwards, something like that, because you have a bunch of torn memory added to you due to the ego, and then after that you can save it using your passive, and then you can use it with your skill tree. I think that's the flow of this character so far. This character seems a bit mediocre, I would say. It does have a lot of multipliers, but nothing exciting from this character. It's not like very, very fancy mechanics or anything. It's like a simple I shoot you ID, I have bleed on me if I crit, and I have a lot of poise count shenanigans, so try to feed me as much poise count as you can, or feed me as much poise potency as you can. The Fell Bullet passive gives him +2 poise count after the attack as well if he kills the target, so that will help him to maintain his poise count. Otherwise, you have to spam the skill 1, which is just a blunt attack. It does have a 105% multiplier, but it's still just a skill 1, so I don't think it's going to be an insane amount of damage. I think this character is quite okay. We will have to wait and see if they change anything later on, but for now, I think this character is just an okay character. Might just be a dispense for collection only kind of character, unless they release other supporting characters for this character to kind of make the kit make more sense. Maybe the gaining of the torn memory will affect another person, and then if he gains torn memory, then that other person gets even more stuff. To be fair, I think he is supposed to be paired up with something with Ryoshu, because Ryoshu has the Contempt All Ego, and we did see Contempt All used in the storyline. So I think that maybe we'll get an ID that kind of has some sort of synergy with this. Otherwise, it's just a ID paired with the ego for lore reasons, I guess. Yeah, the fact that Yisang got it also is very, very lore friendly, so I like that a lot. Okay, so that's about it here. I think I've covered most of the stuff for Yisang. The next one is going to be the Mirror Dungeon. The Mirror Dungeon ad here, the most important thing to note for any new player or any old player is that when this update hits on 3rd of July, you also reset your current Mirror Dungeon 5 hard mode weekly bonus. That means that you want to claim it before the patch comes in that adds this new Mirror Dungeon to override the reset. How do you do this? You go and clear your Mirror Dungeon hard. Go all the way to floor 5, clear it, or don't clear it. Maybe go all the way to the end and then you clear it in the morning. What you do is you go there, you stop. You don't claim any rewards because you don't have the weekly bonus. Then what happens is you go to the reset time. For me, it's about, I think, 4, 5 a.m. my time. And at that time, you just come and go and clear the dungeon, you claim the resetted rewards, and then when the new mirror dungeon comes in, the normal one, you'll be able to get a fresh set of weekly bonus. So you basically kind of double dipped the weekly bonus. So this one is something that always happens with every new mirror dungeon edition, and this time will not change at all. So it most likely will just be the exact same. Just clear mirror dungeon before the new mirror dungeon comes in. So you have to clear it very, very early in the morning for me. For some of you, it might be different time zones, so it might not matter for you. Right, so just take note of that and clear it on this date, yeah? Just make sure you go and do that so you can double dip that weekly bonus. Other than that, we can go and take a look at all of the stuff that he said over here. He has added back Starlight. Starlight is going to be replacing rest bonus. I don't think there's any other rest bonus shenanigans from the stream. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think I didn't see any. Starlight is going to be now our main resource. We will use it to buy buffs. We will use it to refresh our team packs. So if you want to hunt down Hell's Chicken on the second floor, you can use Starlight to go and reroll. You can use your Starlight to improve fusion success. You can gain Starlight from extractions as well. I'm not sure if this is a photoshopped image, but someone from the Limbus community actually posted this. So maybe it actually is true. You can actually pull units and they give you Starlight. This is not really a super pay to win thing because you can actually get it from just clearing Mirror Dungeon anyway. And Mirror Dungeon is not that hard once you know how to craft certain ego gifts to make the run really, really easy. Right, then keywords added to keywordless ego gifts, more cost gains, and 2 new EX ego gifts. I believe these are supposed to be Luna Memory level ego gifts, so that is going to be quite interesting. They also have 1 choice event added. Then you also have the hard mode coming in the next week. Yes, we will not have hard mode yet. You have to do the normal one first, then next week they add the hard mode. So this is going to add a bunch of team packs, a bunch of ego gifts exclusives, 4 new choice events, ego adjusted, Grace of Star boost added, blah, 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 blah. You can just go and take a look at this yourself. And this part here, the important thing to note is that I believe your achievement system is going to be replaced. So MD5 achievements, you also really want to go and clear them before you go and do this mirror dungeon number 6. I already cleared mine, but if you are not able to clear, also don't worry about it. The rewards for the mirror dungeon 5 is really whatever, and honestly the part where they made it so you have to have specific units to clear is a little bit bullshit for a lot of the new players, because you're not able to collect every single ID already. That's a bit too expensive, so you're not able to actually claim all of the mirror dungeon 5 achievements. So I think that you can't do it, so be it. Just do as many as you can, get the rewards, or if you just don't want to do it, then don't do it, because you can collect everything eventually. This game is very free to play, so don't worry about this one here, but do note that the achievement reset is going to be coming quite soon. After that, you have identity and ego rental systems added. This is very good for new players, because it means that if you don't have a proper team to go and clear mirror dungeon with, they are going to let you rent some units, basically borrow some teams maybe to just go and clear the mirror dungeon with. So this is going to be very helpful for a lot of new players, and I hope the teams are pretty decent, so they will be able to clear it pretty easily without too much effort. Then we also have this observation where they add all the starlight, blah blah blah, add more options to spend starlight. Take note that this is going to be subsequent updates, so it's not 100% confirmed yet. So what to note here is that since the next 2 weeks is going to be focused on mirror dungeon, I think it is highly unlikely that Walpurgis will fall within these 2 periods unless they want to crunch like crazy in the game development department. So maybe they have a sneaky Walpurgis here if they prepared it long ago, but I highly doubt that they have the spare time, because they will be putting out a lot of the mirror dungeon fires. And I believe Kim Ji-hoon also said that he will try not to ever do Walpurgis and mirror dungeon at the same time because the crunch was too insane. I think I remember one of his past streams saying something like that. So I once again say it is very unlikely that we will get Walpurgis within this next 2 weeks. Walpurgis when? Don't ask me. I don't know when. It comes when it comes. All right. So that's gonna be it, I think, for this mirror dungeon over here. That's it for this Isang here. Just a very simple ID. He just shoots, gains poise, and then use the skill tree to go kill your friend and then do a bunch of damage. I don't think I'll be using him just because I don't like killing my friends outright. But if they add even more support for the killing your friends, I might be more tempted to go and try killing my friends. Right, so that's it for this Fell Bullet Yisung. And that's it for this mirror dungeon part. Once again, please go and double dip your mirror dungeon battle pass. This is the most important one to go and dip, because it's 1 hard mode bonus clear and then 1 normal bonus clear. Very important to go and claim this. All right, so that's going to be it, guys, for this video. If I missed anything, feel free to let me know, and that is all. Thanks, guys. See you guys next time. Bye bye.